Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to show you the graphical designer that works on the universal laser that we developed. Okay, so we have the ability to develop our own GUI designer. That's what this is. This is designing your mark based on a GUI designer for a direct part marking machine. So Jim is going to run us through that. So we're going to show that GUI designer.
Here is the GUI designer. You can see here, this is what we use to create the mark on the universal laser. One of the benefits of the universal laser is it acts as a print driver, so you can send it a Word document and it'll print it for you. It's really easy to integrate with. You can see here we have the data matrix mark. It's set up as a variable, and we have a part number also set up as a variable. You see the text is in red, and for the top text is in red. What we did was we increased the speed of the mark on the human readable. So the way the universal driver works is you create a text field, and you can change the text or the data matrix different colors, and those are your different marking parameters. So that's really cool, really easy to do. That's one of my favorite features when designing. You have to go in to align the code and say, I want the first half to be 80% pressure. I can just go in this designer, change it red, set 80%, and it'll slide and it'll be done. Really easy to set up and use. You can see it looks like every other report designer. You have your text blocks, your labels, some various ActiveX controls, some database controls.
Now, just to ask a question, once again, the red color is set up in the print driver for the universal laser, and that gives you the parameters on how fast it's going to run and what power setting. Right?
Yeah.
Can you display that?
Yeah. Well, I'll go into that next.
Well,
yeah, I'll have Stan come over. He can show it to you.
okay.
So basically, here's the marker we print. If you look at your tags, it's identically that. So basically, whatever we put in here, we store it, send down to the machine. Is what the machine's going to print. We also have some more. Again, I have the problem with the screen resolution problems. You can see here. Here's a property screen. I don't even know why I clicked that right now. So you can see here. Here's where I can change the color of the text, the font sizes, all of that. It's very, very straightforward. To get some variables in there, there's some minor scripting you need to do. Very, very simple and straightforward things.
How does it relate the human readable to the 2D?
For instance, how do I put the data in?
Like what we do is we'll link the UID, the serial number, the human readable into the matrix, so the operator, it only has to be entered once, but the operator enters it, scans it, downloads, it's entered once, and they're always linked together, so whatever's human readable is always in 2D.
Yeah, you can do that here as well. Basically, you set up variables. You do that with some scripting. And then when we call, and through error proof, we call this laser, we pass those variables down. So if I wanted to say, this is the UID, I pass that down variable 1. If I want the same mark to be displayed as a human readable and text block 1, I just put that and send it down again. So you're basically sending that information down to it every time. So it's kind of a handshake. This is the designer where you build it and you put the variables in. And then on the other side, the error-proof side, you're passing that data to the actual report, which is right here. So it's kind of like we're going in and getting the database information, the UID, the UII information.
Next serial number, for instance.
Next serial number,
Pulls it in.
and where you're going and send that down.
This is really the same as any report that we would do if we were reporting to an HP laser jet, right?
Exactly. I can print this exact same thing to that laser printer we have on our network. So I mean that's the cool part of it.
So it's a very standard print driver, where the other ones are very different.
Yeah,
Let me add some variables into there.
You guys are probably. Well, here's the designer. I can't do anything over here right now. I can come over here because this guy has its own special designer for it. So I mean, I have to come in here and I feed the data to this. It's kind of like what we're doing here, but this is all done through error proof right here.
Just like you would any report. So if we were going to have this print out to an HP laser jet or whatever, this would be the tool we would be using. And using the exact same tool in this case.
And this is included with the product. It's just free. It just comes with it.
Let me pull up that print driver now. And you can see here we have the black defined, so that was the 2D matrix mark. The actual part number that was to the right of the matrix mark. We're running at 30% power, 50% speed. And if we look at the
Click on black,
I'm sorry.
Click on the back black to get rid of it.
on the word black.
gotcha, I see. So we're running the red text, which is the Hamilton, Sunstrand, Rockford, Illinois, Maine, USA. We're running that at 50% power with 100% speed. If I wanted to make a green text, I can set up another parameter. And all you do is you just simply drag and move these around.
And that's the colors that you paste into the designer.
Right, yeah. So let's say I want to change something to a magenta color. I can set up a magenta for 20.9% power if I wanted. And then you have your image density quality. We're running everything at the highest because we want the best looking mark for it to be done.
Yeah,
That gets a little painful time-wise as you increase that image density though.
Yes.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
And it's exponential, just like the chart.
Yep.
It's in effect lines per inch. And at 6, it's 1,000 lines per inch. At 5, it's 500, and then 400, 300, roughly. So the
Also, it's linear. It's linear.
Correct.
Seems like time-wise, it's almost exponential.
It is time-wise, yeah. But for the UID mark, most marks you can get by with the image density of 5, which would be twice as fast. But to get the smaller, finer ones, you have to bump it up to the highest image density possible. And likewise, you need to slow the speed down to get the fine resolution.
Any questions on that?
Are you pretty good with the software, Jim?
The Universal R software? I'm great
The
with ours.
designer?
Yeah, can you design something?
Okay. Here's a tag. I want that variable data. I want this 76. This is the part number. That's the cage code, and that's the serial number, and the UID next to it. And here's what the format the UID should be in.